Hi everybody, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making a scrumptious gingerbread cake. Of course, I'll be sure to throw a link to the full recipe down below in the description, as well as the recipe itself. You've all been asking for it, and I'm starting to get better at remembering to do that. I'm still going to retroactive add the recipes to older videos, so just be patient with me a little bit there, but newer recipes from this point forward. Link in the description as well as the full recipe itself. This way it's just a one-stop shop, go, bake, all that fun stuff. As well, while you're down there, don't forget to like and of course subscribe if you want even more delicious, scrumptious recipes that you can bake in your kitchen with confidence every single time. Now anyway, I'll stop talking. Let's go ahead, grab our mixing bowls so we can begin to work on our dry ingredients. First up, we're going to add in 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 1/4 teaspoons baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon salt, 1 1/2 teaspoons of ground ginger, 1 1/2 teaspoons ground cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon ground cloves. Now just grab yourself a whisk, and we're going to go right back into those dry ingredients and whisk them up all together to break up any little clumps and to make sure our spices are really incorporated with that dry mixture. Once your dry ingredients are mixed and you have those spices nicely blend together, we're going to go ahead, swap out our bowls, and begin to work on our wet ingredients. So first up, what we want to do is we want to add in 1 1/2 sticks of butter at room temperature, and then just go ahead and whip and beat that butter until it's light and fluffy. Once you have your butter light and fluffy, we want to go ahead and begin to add in the next wave of our ingredients. So first up, 3/4 cup of white sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And then back in and beat both sugars into the butter on a medium speed for a quick 30 seconds to a minute. With both sugars incorporated into our butter, we're going to go ahead and follow this up by adding in 3 eggs at room temperature, and we want both the yolk and the egg whites. Then we'll go back in with that hand mixer and incorporate the eggs into our butter sugar mixture for a good minute at a medium speed. Now we'll add in 3/4 cup of molasses, and about 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Then just work in that molasses and vanilla with your eggs and your butter and your sugars until you have a nice, rich, deep brown cake batter. With that out of the way, let's begin to add in our spiced flour mixture. And we want to do that in 3 parts because we're going to alternate that by adding in our buttermilk. So we're going to do flour, buttermilk, and then top off with whatever of our spiced flour mixture we have left in our bowl. And you're all done with some delicious spiced gingerbread cake. Now we're just going to take our batter and add that into our prepared pans. And this should be enough batter to fill 2 6-inch round, 3-inch high cake pans. Then we're just going to pop in the oven and let bake at 350 degrees for about 35 to 40 minutes. Once your cakes have baked and cooled, it's going to be time to stack, fill, and decorate. Before we do that, we're going to have to whip up our caramel frosting. So for this, I like to keep it very simple. I don't like making homemade caramel. It is such a mess, even though it is super delicious. But especially around the holidays with stress baking, because it can be very stressful, I like to try to keep things as stress-free as possible. So caramel buttercream, just grab your go-to American buttercream recipe. Mine will be in the recipe down below. It's super delicious, it's very light, not too sweet, extra fluffy. And also grab yourself some caramel sundae topping. Trust me, these two go together, blend up, and in a couple of quick easy steps and about 2-3 quick minutes, you have some delicious caramel buttercream frosting. You have that nice light fluffy buttercream texture and that delicious caramel flavor that everybody knows and loves. And it's just, honestly, it doesn't get any easier than that. So once you have that super easy, delicious caramel buttercream frosting, you're going to be ready to stack, fill, and decorate. Now, because I'm using 2 6-inch round cake pans for the gingerbread cake, I went ahead and cut them in half So our cake is actually going to be 4 layers, and it's going to be so good. I cannot wait. So let's go ahead, grab that first layer of cake, add that to our cake turntable, and then spread about a good generous helping of our caramel buttercream frosting right on top. Once you have those layers, it's a matter of simply repeating those steps. So we'll add more cake, more frosting, more glazed cherries, another cake layer, more frosting, more glazed cherries, until we get to that last cake layer. And once we have that last cake layer, we're actually gonna invert it so the bottom of that cake layer is on top. This way, when we smooth everything over, we have a nice flat cake top surface. For when we add a layer of buttercream and smooth over it with an offset spatula. Once your gingerbread cakes are stacked and filled, you're gonna be ready to cover your cake with some more caramel buttercream frosting. So starting from the bottom, we're just gonna begin to dirty ice our stacked cake carefully and gently with an offset spatula, and only turn the cake turbo when we're ready to move to the next side of the cake. Again, goal here is to really give it a dirty iced look, so we don't wanna use too much buttercream. But if you want to cover your cake completely with caramel buttercream, definitely feel free to do so. That's actually going to be like super delicious, and I would love to see it. So, be sure to tag me on Instagram too. Once you have that buttercream on the cake, grab your smoothing tool, and we're just going to go ahead and smooth that buttercream around our cake to give it that kind of dirty icing look, kind of rustic. We're going to give it a nice rustic look. But if you like to fully cover your cake, of course, you can do that also. After your cake is covered in that caramel buttercream frosting, go ahead, grab your caramel, and we're gonna do our caramel drip right on the outside edge of our cake. After that caramel drip is around your cake, grab your buttercream in a piping bag and add dollops of buttercream around the outside edge of your cake. And then give each dollop of buttercream a tiny itsy bitsy little marshmallow gingerbread peep. And just like that, you have your own delicious spiced gingerbread cake with some delicious, easy, fluffy caramel frosting, glazed cherries stacked between each layers, and these adorable little marshmallow peeps right on top. Well, thank you all for hanging out today. I had so much fun showing you how to make your own scrumptious gingerbread cake for the holidays. If you're a fan of gingerbread or gingerbread cake or gingerbread lattes like I am, I had one for the first time last week and I was like, oh, I need this more in my life. Anyway, I digress. Definitely be sure to give this video a like. It's really gonna help me out. Let me know on baking recipes you like, you enjoy, and of course you wanna see more of. Plus, if you want even more delicious recipes that you can bake with confidence in your own kitchen every single time, don't forget to subscribe down below and ring the bell for new notifications every time I post a new recipe video. And if you make your own gingerbread cake, or gingerbread houses, or your own gingerbread inspired dessert, definitely give a tag on Instagram. Let me see what you're baking up in your kitchen. Alrighty, well I'm gonna grab a slice of this gingerbread cake. I cannot wait, it smells so good, so good. I'm gonna grab a pot of coffee, I'm gonna enjoy the day, enjoy the weather. Got lots to do, lots more baking to do. It's holidays, super busy, so many cookies. But anyway, I hope you have a great, fantastic day. Thanks for hanging out, always appreciate the company. As always, I will see you next week for another delicious recipe. Until then, bye-bye.